I've been building brands on social media for the last 11 and a half years. And to be honest, for the longest time, I had no freaking idea how to build my own. I mean, it's been a series of hit and trials, of failures, of disasters, absolute disasters, if you ask me. And a lot of bruises, a lot of bleeding, and a lot of getting up again and again. And in all of this chaos, I decided, in fact, I'd say I chose to create on LinkedIn. Now, let me share a little something as to how I came up to this conclusion, right? So, in just the last 6 years that I've been an entrepreneur, I have trained over 4,500 people globally on how to build their brand. And then to top that, I've also worked with MNCs on how to help them enhance their employees' brand. And that's been quite interesting too, which also tells us about the future of work, right? But going ahead, I could never actually tell them till about a few years back that you could actually get a job from LinkedIn. I mean, that was what the platform was actually for. But I could never really say that to them because, well, I never got a job from LinkedIn till then, till that one time that I got headhunted for two positions by, well, you may know this company for that matter. It was Google. And I was shook. Like, who isn't shook, right? So I was like, I'm doing something right. And I was like, okay, what is it that I'm doing right? I honestly had no idea. I started observing everything. All I knew was create content. Okay, just whatever you're doing, just continue doing that. So I continued doing that. Going ahead, I was like, okay, continue to do that, continue to train people, continue to help people. And then what happens is that I'm training people and they're coming back to me and saying, Gurnoor, we got leads and our network is growing, and I got connected to so and so and so and so. We hadn't been connected. Oh my god, thank you so much. And I'm like, okay, great, that's great, right? And then a lot of my clients who would come for my workshops and my trainings, they started trending on LinkedIn. And earlier LinkedIn used to tell you about trending on in hashtags which were relevant to them. And they didn't have many followers. So I was like, okay, that's really good. I mean, I bet I'm doing something right. Of course, I was also trending. But I was just like, what am I doing right? I just continued doing what I did. I just continued adding value. I just continued creating for that matter. And soon, I started getting a lot of opportunities from LinkedIn, getting called on to, you know, talks for that matter, for talks talking about sales on LinkedIn, talking about branding on LinkedIn, talking about LinkedIn, and LinkedIn. I was like, okay, maybe people are recognizing what I have to share regarding LinkedIn and personal branding. And that was an amazing feeling. Till, of course, the pandemic hit, and that completely changed everything. I am, at the end of the day, a business owner, and about 60% of my business stopped. That's right, 60% of my business stopped. But hear me out. 2020 was the best year for my company. We made the most money yet. That's right. And I'll prove it to you because I actually got myself a tattoo on it. So, yes, I made so much money. I was counting digits. And I have to give it to LinkedIn. I have to give it to LinkedIn. LinkedIn saved my livelihood. So when everyone's attention had shifted online, there I was creating content, and there I was providing value, and there I was showcasing my work, and I started getting so many inbound leads. I still have those clients since then. It's been a while and they still want to work with me. It's been really nice, but I'm indebted to LinkedIn for saving my livelihood. So I continued creating on LinkedIn. And then LinkedIn itself recognized me. I got selected for the LinkedIn Creator Accelerator program. Look, we even got socks. I mean, my video actually went viral on different social media platforms for that matter, because I was so excited about being selected. Listen, that application was like a Harvard application, if you ask me. I'd never done anything as difficult as that. But that also meant that we were definitely worth being the top 200 creators of the country. So the LinkedIn Creator Accelerator program completely changed my life because I was being recognized and my voice was being heard. But it also was very, well, it gets me a little emotional about the next part that I'm about to say, because they even recognized the work that I was doing for my community during Pride Month. And I got spotlighted, through LinkedIn for Creators globally as one of the top 5 creators from India. And it's a huge matter of pride for the only openly queer creator to be featured, to be spotlighted for the work that they're doing. And honestly, I know how many people DM'd me, and I know how many people shared their stories with me, and I know how much of a difference that made. And that gets personal, that becomes impactful. That's not about adding value and like anything. It's about encouraging people to be their authentic self, to know that they're safe, they're taken care of, we understand. So that was really important for me, for sure. And I would always be very happy for just that much, for that fact that creating on LinkedIn made a difference in people's lives, not just their professional lives, their lives, their being. They're feeling safer, feeling like their life is a little better. So that was very important. And just the journey does go on, for that matter. I mean, I asked myself, why do I create on LinkedIn? And though there are so many reasons, I think the most amazing reason is that it's so gratifying. It's such a gratifying feeling watching all these people come back to you, seeing how much of a difference you've made. So, why do I really create on LinkedIn? It's gratifying. It actually makes a difference, what you say, whether it's regarding your niche, whether it's regarding something you care about, people actually respond. And it was that time when I shifted from being the person who creates creators to actually becoming a creator. That point was when I realized that I was actually empowering and enabling more people than ever to become creators. And that's something that everybody can do. We can actually make a difference. So when I ask myself, Gurnoor, what is the legacy that you want to leave behind? What is it that you want to leave behind? And nowadays, the voice that goes on in my head is, Gurnoor, LinkedIn is legacy. So that's why I create on LinkedIn. And that's what I want to ask you. Why do you create on LinkedIn?